Hello there. You're most welcome to that is Planet TV and Planet Sport here in the Western region. That is Takrade to be precise. My name is Philip Kwame Ampofo, and today I'm here with Bafo Amakwedu, and we are doing it like nobody's business as always. We are doing that is a post-match review of what really transpired, what really happened over the weekend, and you might as well know that the Premier League just got underway on Friday, where Liverpool they beat Bournemouth by 4 goals to 2. Mohamed Salah was on target, but we'll be looking at one player who was making it, so much giant in that strides that is in Liverpool, that is in the shape of Ekitike, Hugo Ekitike. We'll be, profiling him today. He is on our profiling segment. He's the man that we'll be talking about today on our profiling segment. And also we'll be looking at the results that came through. Chelsea, they had to settle things at Stamford Bridge. 0-0 it ended with Crystal Palace. And we'll be looking to explaining what really happened because Crystal Palace had a goal in there, but it was disallowed by VAR. And we'll be talking more about that one as well. Bafo earlier didn't really agree with what really happened at Stamford Bridge with regards to the goal scored by Crystal Palace. But hey, it is what it is because the last time I checked, I think that the rule has been there for quite a long time now. I think 2019, that rule was inception where, in fact, IFAB came out that, look, it is something that clubs or teams should be looking at when you are, that is a meter away into a wall created by the defending team. We'll be looking into that one. Man City, as you all know, they're also on a winning spree. They started the season very, very well, and we'll be looking into that one. And if time permits or time allows us, we'll be looking also into the Spanish La Liga, where Barcelona, they also did the job, and we'll be telling you more about that one. But let me first of all bring Bafo Amakwedu in. Let me welcome him into the studio. Bafo, Charlie, I hope you're doing great.
I'm good.
Monday afternoon, 4-2 is the time. And I know what really happened to you on the weekend. You are not happy.
Well, I was very goofy. Very goofy on Sunday.
You didn't expect the result.
I expected more.
Okay.
Or I had bigger expectations. You understand? I had bigger expectations.
All right.
And it didn't happen. I had to travel. I traveled to watch the match. It was basically
we are on the same platform.
Yeah.
And you had to tell us that
I hate to move from one place to another. I hate it.
Yeah.
So me to have drove from my house to another.
Chelsea made you do that.
Yeah. To another location just to enjoy an ambience.
And the ambience wasn't given.
Well decorated with flags and then paraphernalia.
Yeah, enjoy your fufu.
Yeah, enjoy my fufu. No one was driving the truck drivers were and then the drivers were passing by and they would take to my chest.
Yeah,
so,
I get it.
Yeah,
it got to you hard.
Yeah.
I was watching a TikTok and a guy was like, look, may the Michiane say, because I didn't you know say referring to the Chelsea fans. So as for him, he doesn't befriend any Chelsea fan out there. So in fact, it was something that the Chelsea fans couldn't take it because they were having high hopes. They were expecting that at least they will beat that is Crystal Palace. But we'll be delving into that one as well. But first of all, let us look at that is Hugo Ekitike. He's the man who is on a hot seat today. We are profiling him. Remember that he was born in Reims, that is in France, and he's a striker. He's now representing Liverpool Football Club, and he played for Liverpool on Friday. He got a goal in there. Superb performance by all standards by the player. In fact, people were asking questions about whether he will be able to light that is the Premier League up, and he did that fantastically well at Anfield. He's played that is in Reims and also Bold Club together with Paris Saint-Germain in 2002-2003 season and also 2003-2004 season before he went on loan to Frankfurt, and then his loan move was made permanent by Frankfurt and later had to join Liverpool. And you know the price that went into it, a big and huge one, of course. But Liverpool are still also in a transfer wanting that is Isak. But then we'll be putting that one to bed as we speak because when it comes to the transfers, we'll be looking into that one. But first of all, the man that we are talking about is that is Hugo Ekitike. At some point in time, Chelsea were very much interested.
Yeah, I think he was to be in line instead of João Pedro. but negotiations and then the transfer fees, Chelsea were not ready to pay that amount of money, and they had to look for other options, and they did it with Joao Pedro. Chelsea wanted somebody to actually fit into the Club World Cup, but the deal delayed because of transfer fees and all that, and then they got their man in Pedro, Joao Pedro, and I don't think Chelsea regret it because of his exploits in the Club World Cup. But he's a fantastic lad in there. Someone like he's half Cameroonian. Just like Mbappe, with a French mother, and at a very young age, he shot to prominence around the COVID-19
era.
When he was playing in Denmark, where he lighted up that stage as an 18-year-old in the coldness of Denmark. He was able to show forth his level of play, and at that early stage, he was still to be the next Henry because of how fast he could run with the ball and his scoring ability. So people see him at a very early age that he's somebody whose likeness is just like Thierry Henry, who's also a French international. And so I'm not surprised about his prominence. As young as he is, 23, he's been into almost 4 countries. He's been to Denmark, he's been to France, he's been to Germany, and then he's also been to now currently in England. It shows you that he's somebody that's, and he's a very humble guy. Hardly do you hear about him, but this is England. Probably he's played in countries that do not really care about your private life and all that, but this is England, whereby the least things is brought out. But he's very calm on the ball. We know his quality. I like how he dashes to play. He has a way of placing his body to slot in goals and all that. He's a fantastic player, and I believe that Liverpool have actually made a very huge acquisition of him. For everything, 3 years, he's going to play for a very long time. So, kudos to Ekitike. We expect that he's going to be, an explosion in the EPL. It carries the league, he sells the league as well. So, kudos to him.
Yes, and in that game, I was just looking at 1 or 2 things from the young lad. I mean, fantastic player. On his debut, I was very much happy with this kind of connection with that is a Liverpool forwards. I mean, you can make mention of that is Mohamed Salah. Yes, he was very, very much into the game, his movement, as you rightly said. But then I also kept on asking myself that should Liverpool get a player like Isak, where will this player fit in? Looking at the area of stars in the attack for Liverpool.
Well, I think that he might be pushed to the left side of attack.
Okay.
Yes, then Isak will be given the main role as a striker if he signs, because he can actually play both roles as a spearman, and also as somebody to attack from the left. A typical example has to be how Henry played in Arsenal.
Okay, yes, exactly. He was striking from the left,
the left side of attack.
Or operating from the left,
So if Liverpool get to their man in Isak, yes, it's not going to be a clash of titans. It's not going to be who should play first and all that. You can't buy over 100 million player, decide to bench him. It won't happen. And with his quality, it's not going to happen. You get it. So I think that with his quality, he's likely to be thrown into the left side of attack for him to strike from that angle and decide giving a main number 9 role to play.
All right, so that is Hugo Ekitike. He's a player that we just profiled, and I've told you where he started his career in France, later moved to Germany with Eintracht Frankfurt, and later had to settle things with Liverpool around for. Then on Friday, he did marvelously well by making things work for Liverpool, making things tick for a team Liverpool. And from there, let's zoom into the Premier League proper. Enough fixtures that you'll be very much excited about. Remember that today, one of the fixtures is also going down. I'll be telling you more about that. Yes, later today. But then on Friday through to Saturday and Sunday, major fixtures were out there, and Liverpool, as you rightly said, they were able to beat Bournemouth by 4-2. But for you that excited about Liverpool's performance, they did make a statement that yes, they want to win the Premier League once more.
A very difficult first half for them. But I think they grow into the game and then they showed character. This is what I believe that champions should be able to prove on the field of day. As difficult or as hard as the opponent might want to give you, you stand up for what you are. I was also very happy to see Chiesa score his first Premier League. He signed for Liverpool last season, and then he's not been actually been able to play.
Hitting the ground running,
It's injuries, sideline, and it was even tipped to be moving from back to the Serie A with Fiorentina. I think the move could not happen. So I think that yes, Liverpool, they show character, they show that they are defending champions, and this is what you need to do: get the result grinding, put fear into people. Unfortunately, the match was ruled by one Apache.
What is that?
Apache.
Okay.
Where he was reported to have racially abused. The police did very well to spot him out and bring him out to be banned. I'm told that I'm reading that he might be given a ban that he might not be able to attend to any stadium.
Sure.
And I think that other leagues like the Spanish league where we've had a lot of racial
incidents and all that,
they should adopt it. When you spot it,
and I need to commend them. They acted swiftly, and I was very much happy. Yes, on that. Yes, sure.
They knew who the person was. They went to him. Actually, Stamina had to report to the referee. The referee reported to the police. Went there, immediately took him out. We're not going to care about your state. Oh no,
and I even saw Liverpool coach Ancelotti, I mean, going to Semenyo, trying to talk him up and all that, to take matters very calmly and all that. Yeah.
And I like how everybody supported the narrative. You do not condone such things in 2025, whereby the world is developing into sportsmanship and all that. It was very good. Just that was the only thing that ruined it. But Liverpool, for me, I think that yes, they have shown that people felt like, okay, last season they were able to grind results with a lead squad. So now walking in superstars might be able to
destabilize things one way or the other.
It looks like Hansel knows his game and then he's going to deliver it.
Are you scared? A bit scared.
Scared is too much a word, but I think that they are going to be a problem. I think they are going to be a problem.
Okay, so they're going to be a problem. That's come from Bafa Mokodu with regards to Liverpool. Please, you can just like and share. That is Planet Sport. Just like and share, and also you can share your comments with us as well. We'll be reading all of them for you. We really appreciate it. Now, away from that is Liverpool. Let's move straight to some of the other fixtures. We'll be moving straight into that of Arsenal and Manchester United. But hey, Ebreche Eze, if you know that man, he was denied a brilliant free kick goal and the potential, I mean, a fairy tale ending in what could be his final appearance for Crystal Palace in the goalless Premier League draw at Chelsea. Now remember that the 27-year-old was a doubt for selection amid ongoing talks with Tottenham Hotspur, but in fact started for the visitors at Stamford Bridge and also powered home a free kick from 20 yards in the 13th minute. However, the strike was ruled out by referee Darren England after a VAR check because Palace defender Mark Guehi, also linked with a move away to Liverpool, was within 1 meter of Chelsea's wall when the free kick was taken. Now, let me tell you about the rule, because the rule, which has been in place since 2019, is really applied by by IFAB and also those officials. But Palace were the team that really suffered on that day. Therefore, you had a different thought to it altogether. At the first point, from your comment, you know where we are, where we comment and all that. You told me that, look, you don't see it as a foul, as an infringement, so that goal should stand.
Oh no, I actually felt the incident that led to the goal was a foul.
Okay.
That was the Cucurella instance. Yes, that was it. And I think that the law was applied. The moment that space, that zone is the zone.
Okay.
Last season he scored a similar goal, but it was a run of play. It wasn't a set piece.
Sure.
He scored the same position last season, where he had to volley the ball into the net. So when that free kick came, I gave up. I knew it was a goal.
You knew it.
I knew it was a goal. The power in which he shot the ball, I thought it was going to go for the 90 degrees, as you always call it, the upper bucket and all that. He didn't. He just went for power, and then surprisingly, our own man Sanchez couldn't deal with it. But VAR saved the situation, and then there's no need to argue about it. If it's the law 13, it's the law 13 of the FIFA rule, so it is not something we need to go back and forth with. And it's a good initiative that this time around the referees are actually explaining it
to the fans and all that,
the fans and everybody, because they sometimes take decisions and we feel like some people are being controlled, controlling decisions elsewhere. But he comes out, make the explanation. Tempers are down. You understand it.
And I think that they took inspiration from the Club World Cup. If there's anything to go by, they took that inspiration from that. If you want the Club World Cup, referees will come in. They'll try to explain things to it, and that is a way of making the game transparent.
Of course, you see, the people feel like the game is being distorted with all the controversies and all the excitements and drama. Gone are the days whereby you don't buy a player £150 million.
Yes.
Or 150 million euros to come and play football. So you can entertain yourself with drama. People are investing millions. Now Chelsea has been rumored, alleged, being chastised everywhere, spending 2 billion and not winning anything. Somebody will not spend 2 billion and then they refuse silly mistakes or decisions.
We read everything. No. Yeah.
People investment is at stake. Apart from the boys investment on their people are injecting a lot of money. So you cannot come here in the name of you wanting drama, something to talk about and laugh about it, so we take any decisions. So I think that this measures, if it's been applied to all other leagues and all other, sanity will always prevail.
Can that be applied in Ghana by extension? Just a quick one.
Oh, Ghana.
Or in Africa, probably we're yet to see that in the AFCON.
We saw a better use of the VAR
yes.
in the AFCON.
Exactly.
Yeah, we saw it. But in Africa, I think it will be the CAF competitions, the CAF Champions Leagues. But in terms of Ghana, better. Even
it will be very difficult.
We are
years back. We are years back, so we need to call into it. Anyways,
players are still, we use plaster as number.
It's okay. Don't negate, as I understand. So that is what really happened in the Chelsea game, But then I want to find out from Bafo and also the Chelsea fans out there. Are you that worried, or must you be worried, or should Chelsea fans get worried because Chelsea used 6 attackers signed for a combined fee of £250 million in their Premier League opener, but could not find a way to score against Crystal Palace? Remember, João Pedro, he was signed from Brighton this summer for £55 million. Started up front. Winger Jamie Gittens, who also joined from Borussia Dortmund for £52 million last month, made his debut on the flank, and also £45 million, that is Pedro Neto on the other hand as well, together with this Brazilian chap, the Black also came up on, yes, and Esteval as well. Should Chelsea fans get worried, or this is early days? Yes, it's only first game, and they shouldn't be worried at all.
Yes, it's early days, but they need to be worried because the signs are not clear. I told you that when teams are in for titles, you see it from their demeanor, their play.
They grind results.
They grind results. At the most difficult moment, they grind results. They look for the results. I think that the Chelsea team that played yesterday were not ready for the Premier League.
Okay.
Or they were not ready for the fixture. Let's not forget, last season, like I said the other time when we met, that Crystal Palace has always been a very difficult for customers for Chelsea. Last season, both fixtures, it was a draw. They are coming in this game. That
is a fixture before that 15 matches Chelsea hadn't lost to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless maybe it's August.
Yeah, the August situation they have, because it's very difficult for Chelsea to beat Crystal Palace in August. It's very difficult. So if the superstitious people want to come in there, it's fact that in the month of August they don't really beat Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
But the game, Chelsea were very sluggish. It looks like someone like Enzo had a hangover before the game. Caicedo was not himself. Cole Palmer is being selfish. He's actually chasing glory, or he's hunted by the fact that a certain Brazilian kid is coming and then he might steal that face away from him. So he's overdoing things, and that's a problem to me. If you watch his demeanor, he wants to get things done. As a player of that nature, I believe that yes, when things are difficult, you must grind results. However, I think the simple things can be done. That's why I love players like Bruno Fernandes, who don't just chase for glory in the name of I want to score. He will rather want to be the reason why we scored. Rather than I scored, Bruno Fernandes will be the reason why we scored. You get it? So I think that the Chelsea players are not coming at all.
No. They're not ready for the fixture, as you already said.
Even João Pedro, he was just
a pedestrian in the game. I realize, yeah.
To and fro, like Satan in the house of Job, going to and fro. It's very difficult to, as a Chelsea fan. But I also believe that one factor is that Chelsea fans are very horrible people. They are terrible fans. I think they are spectators. I see them to be tourists who just go there to see the players, shout when there is a goal, and do not create any atmosphere. We have heard history about grounds that are very difficult to play.
Sure.
There has not been any occasion that any player has talked about the fact that Stamford Bridge atmosphere was
it's intimidating and all that.
Yes, no, because it's filled with tourists. The fans there are just spectators, robots who just go and sit there and not.
I don't being harsh on them.
I'm being realistic.
Okay.
It took an 18-year-old Esteban to rally behind them. Sure. That's the culture he grew up with.
Yeah.
Whereby every flick, every touch is being heralded by the fans. You saw that at a time. You might think it's arrogant, rallying up the fans that Charlie, why did they make them for football? Yeah. And in such occasions, if you want to get a result, it's the fans.
Sure.
But the fans are sitting there in anticipation, like a Ghanaian girl waiting for Momo. Alex, keen on his phone. For me, if the fans do not come and back them, the players will not be happy.
I agree with you, but I think this issue, Enzo Maresca, made it clear last season. Yeah. But I see most of the fans were chastising him. Most of the fans were on him. That look, what are the results that you are churning out that you expect us to rally behind you?
No, you need to channel that energy,
irrespective of the result. It should be behind the team as a fan. Is that what you're saying?
I think that yesterday, I feel that if there had been that 12-man factor,
okay,
a result had been granted. Because you saw that there were some certain decisions, like the ball that Esteban had to leave for Pedro.
Yeah,
there was a moment whereby Joao Pedro had a move. Kopama, who is an assist beast, decided not to put him through. Wanted to get a result on him. There were basic things that if the players had the back of the fans, I think they could have.
But couldn't it be the reason where the coach prior to the game was like, look, I don't have defenders. My defenders are injured. We are going to miss the service of a player like Cowell. So in the minds of Chelsea fans, they were a bit jittery going into the game because our sure defender in Cowell is injured, but the Shelley is not there for Fana. He's also not there. It was a sign of jitteriness.
That's why I don't like the coach. He's a loose talker. Because right from the 2 days ahead of the match, you're exposing yourself.
At some point in time, I realized that.
Just exposing yourself, and then you were putting players that could play for you in sort of imbalanced mentality. I don't know if there's a better word for that. You were making every manager know your weakness. Okay. 2 days before the game, he made the same loose comment last season. While the boys were just a point or two behind Liverpool in the second position.
That they're not ready for the league.
They're not ready. They're not people that can win the league. They're not players that can win the league.
And he admitted this season that he's not going to make that mistake again.
Mistakes. 2 days, 3 days before the game, you expose yourself in every dimension. You were exposing yourself tactically to your opponents, telling them that goal will be a problem. You need a left defender. You need a right defender. You were exposing them. Philip, when anybody slots in that position, that person becomes a problem because the least thing, the blame is going to go on him.
Because Cole has been the SI unit. If he cannot play just like Cole, then it's an issue.
It's an issue. But we can't. In his first statement, when he was chosen, when he was asked about transfer, he said that he is there to develop players.
Sure.
He was not there to tell or to. I'm not saying that a coach cannot demand players. This should be done in the background.
But he made us understand, or he made the whole world understand he's not going to control transfers.
Yes.
That is not his part. Exactly.
So if against Crystal Palace, whilst you're going to play against Crystal Palace, and then I tell him that you cannot play you cannot score a goal or you cannot dominate a game because Cowell did not play, you have to you might be a problem upstairs with you. If you have your Arsenal in terms of your attackers fit, we didn't have an issue with goal scoring. Chelsea were not having issues with defending. To say that Chelsea considered 3 goals to make an issue for defense. Enzo Maresca is telling us that he needed a left playing for a defense, a left center back to be able to control this game or to win this game. That's bonkers.
But to refer to the coach, we are still in the transfer. Would you want to call for a center back for him? Knowing very well that Badiashile is nowhere near coming back to the team. We know the next month he's going to start training. Fofana is already on the bench. We saw that. But you know the injury rules for Fofana, his sheet of injuries, we can attest to that fact. And I mean, some other players that they are shaping out, the Sassi, the likes of Viega. Would you want to call for a new player in the shape of, I mean, the cover that he's looking at? As it stands, I don't know the players that we can even look at in Europe.
Yes.
That he fits that bracket that he's talking about.
Yes, I believe.
Should they sign for him?
I believe that every manager has to be backed. I believe so, that every manager has to be backed. But is he telling me right now that if a player is being signed, if a player is being signed right now, Philip, and then there's a problem with a right centre back in the middle of the season, that means Chelsea can't compete. Chelsea are done competing because a certain defender profile is gone.
Even as we speak, we have Anselmo. Yes. There's Chalobah you saw in there. Okay, Tosin wasn't fit, so then there's a Champon who also played.
The problem I have with this coach, thinking that if you don't play a certain way, you
are not for him.
It's bonkers, Philip. It doesn't make sense at all. I think that he exposed himself before the match.
Okay.
He made the players very jittery, throwing someone like a champion, and then you want him to play a certain way, and if Chelsea to lose, then you come and blame him. It didn't make sense at all.
Okay, so for you, they shouldn't sign in the centre back for him. They should stick with him.
Yes,
with what they have.
I think with what they have, Chelsea can compete.
Okay.
Chelsea should be able to compete with what they have.
All right, so I keep sending your comments here on that is Planet Sports. So we'll be reading all of them for you. Just like and share for us. But we are moving away from that and going straight to the Sunday night football, the Super Clash, where Manchester United at Old Trafford had to settle things with that is Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal beat them by a goal to 0, but a goal scored by Calafiori. But interestingly, Gary Neville is calling for a new goalkeeper for Manchester United. Bayern had to make a mistake. That is after Bayern. His mistake led to Arsenal, scoring that goal, and that was it for Team Manchester United. They failed to come into the game to at least get an equalizer. But in fact, I was very much happy with some of the positives that I saw. I don't know what about saw that positives as well before we come to the goalkeepers. But then, the likes of Cunha. He really was brilliant on the day. Bremo was fantastic on the day. I don't know, were there some positives that you saw on that game on Sunday?
A bunch of hypocrites, and that's what this United legends are.
Okay.
You spend almost 200
million. You said the United legends are hypocrites?
Okay. That's what they are. You do not spend over 200 million on attackers.
Okay.
And do not register a goal. And the glory it takes to have been beaten a goal by Arsenal is that you played very well. Philip, that's the worst mentality anybody can have. Because we have seen teams play well and not get results. The reason why United appointed Amorim was not to play well.
Okay.
The reason why they bought what's his name?
Zexi.
No, Sesko.
Zesco, okay, Benjamin Zesco, yeah.
Yes, the reason why they bought Sesko, the reason why they bought my Cameroonian friend,
okay,
and Cunha was not to play well.
Say Cameroonian compatriot.
Okay.
You are a Cameroonian.
No,
half Cameroonian. Half Cameroonian, half Ghanaian.
It was not to play well against Arsenal.
Okay.
It was to score.
Get the results.
Because prior to this game, we were told that a combination of both players, Cunha and then Mbeumo, was totaling to over 30 goals. So you don't sign these players and then come and tell us that you were a threat against Arsenal. That's mediocrity. But a team that has played 15 last season, it should be a motivation factor. You understand?
Yeah.
Say the 15 last season, I say, you play well against Arsenal. It should be a motivation factor. So if that is their
understanding.
No, that's the expectation.
Okay.
They are okay with the fact that we were 15 last season. We come into this season and then we played very well. We saw an improvement over the likes of Sancho and the Ahmad and then the Anthony that were Rashford and all that Zeski. There seems to be an upgrade, and if this is their position, so be it.
Right. So didn't you see any positives in there? Because I'll be telling you what Amorim said, because he saw improvement in the team, and I think that Andrew will be helping us with the voice of their coach Amorim. He said that he saw some improvement in the team. as compared to last season. He was making his comparisons with that of last season simply because he felt that they ran better this time around. They covered a lot more spaces this time around as compared to last season when they met Arsenal. And for me, looking at the signings that they brought on board, yes, it's only a matter of time for them to gel together. We saw them in the preseason. We saw some glimpses of they becoming a better team. And even yesterday's game also gave us a glimmer of hope that United can become that team that we are looking at. I understand you, where you're coming from. I don't know so totally. But if you're telling me that you can't see any positives in there, let's take a listen to Amorim and what he asserted.
Everything they did during the game. So the performance, congratulations for the performance, not congratulations, because we lost the game at home. I think we deserve clearly a different result, and we need to move forward to the next one.
So what did you like about the performance? What did you do well that gave you control in large parts of the match?
We were more aggressive than last year. We sprint more. We were more brave. We let one against one all the game. We press high, and then with the ball we have quality. Even when the stadium makes some sounds, we continue to play the way we play. We lost fewer balls in the build-up compared to last year. We struggle a lot, and then the small things that we talk about in the beginning of this season, that players like Cunha, like Brian, in one moment can elevate the stadium. So I think the most important thing, we were not boring.
No, you.
Everything they did during the game.
He said that look, they were very much aggressive. They were sprinting more this time around. These are the positives that he can take to himself. I mean, going into this season against Arsenal, it was something you didn't see.
No, it's not something that I didn't see, Philip.
No, you kept saying that if that the expectation was met. What is it?
Please it, man.
Okay. That is totally. Okay.
And then Abu Klub.
And I'm calling you.
So I'm telling you, they had a lot of rubbish last season.
Okay.
So the little upgrade that they have,
they should be excited. Okay.
They're excited because people are winning the league. You were 15th. So if you should have these players, like you said, playing with a lot of desire, covering spaces, because last season they were not covering spaces.
Okay.
This time around, you've had players that are covering spaces. So
running more, being aggressive.
To him, that's an upgrade.
Okay.
But he's going to face a bigger opposition, a bigger threat, a bigger opponent that will cover more space than you are covering. So competing against them in the league, wait until we are in January before you come and talk about improvement. Then we are seeing.
Okay, so you want
move from 15th to top.
You want me to understand that? It's only this year to call for improvement.
No, you've not gone anywhere.
Okay, I get your point.
Against Arsenal, against United, such games are played on a different level.
Okay.
You understand? History and everything. There's a game level that we play against. However, wait until you are in January. Then you can tell me that you have seen improvement, because last season, by this time, I was 15th. But in this season, with the quality of players I have acquisition for, I am top 4, top 5. I am competing to win the league. That's when we can have this conversation. It's too early. You should just shut up. It's too early for him to make such comments.
Alright, so too early to make such comments. But then Gary Neville still insists that look, United need a goalkeeper. In as much as Onana is back, I'm hearing, or what we are learning is that he'll be back for their next game. But by in there,
I mean, the coach is saying that he has.
It's trust. He
says he has 2 players ahead of him.
Anyways, but then Gary Neville is reiterating the fact that they need a goalkeeper. This is what he said. I'm quoting him. He said there is a glaring issue that Manchester United cannot ignore, and it is the fact they need to find a goalkeeper. They have to. I'm unequivocal on that, because I had an experience with Man United for 20 years where there were 2 big periods of 7 or 8 years with Peter Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar. In between, we had 7 or 8 goalkeepers in a 6, 7, 8 period, and it is really unsettling when you haven't got a dominant number 1 who is dominant in the air, who owns his 6-yard box, comes and punches everything and makes a lot of saves to win you points when your defenders make mistakes. I don't know where they are on PSR, but they might have to do magic or magic up a bit more. Money is the next week or two, or do something on loan. The two that have been mentioned in the last weeks have been Emi Martínez and Gianluigi Donnarumma. Unquote. So these are, I mean, that is the two goalkeepers that he rightly mentioned. That is Gianluigi Donnarumma and Emi Martínez. That is Aston Villa. Exactly. So these are the
They shouldn't dream of Donnarumma.
Why? No, for who step down to
United.
Why these are United is a big brand.
No, he wants. These are people that want to be competing in the Champions League.
Okay.
Donnarumma is big to be joining City and all that. These are not players with less ambitions to move from Paris Saint-Germain with all the issues to go to Manchester United.
Okay.
With what? With what prestige?
The brand.
No, please.
The brand United.
It's not just about brand.
Okay.
It's not just about the brand. The brand that you talk about, it has nothing to do with the performance of the team. People think that branding is just about logo. Even the way you talk is a brand.
Okay.
The way you walk is a brand. So your name, household name, might be a popular name, might be a brand.
Sure.
But if you look at your personality, you're not a brand. You cannot take it anywhere. But your name is mentioned everywhere. So these are two different things. United is a household name. They have created legacies and all that. But as I speak right now, Donnarumma is not attracted to a team like United. He would rather want to play in an ambitious team, a team that he's guaranteed a trophy. Or the Champions League, a team that will propel him. From PSG, he's won the Champions League. Next thing, he wants to be in a team that's very competitive. And United is never the destination, Philip. So
you think United wouldn't help his career?
Martínez is the likely possible person because right now he's been looking for a team since May. He's been looking for a team since May. He's a very good
goalkeeper. Yeah.
If Chelsea signed him, I'm very happy. He's an excellent goalkeeper. He's somebody with presence.
And this is what I think. I sorry to carry that. I think that Amorim is not really fixated with the fact that he needs a goalkeeper who loves to play the ball, who loves to distribute the ball. He's not really fixated with that. Once a shotstopper. Once you fit into his profile, that's it.
Martínez fits that block, but Donnarumma will not step down to United. Yes.
So for you, it should be Martínez. They should concentrate on Martínez.
For a goalkeeper, it should be him. They shouldn't dream about it.
All right, so what do you also think? Is it Martínez or Donnarumma? Yes, so what also we're picking is that City are also very much interested in Gigi Donnarumma. So it's looking very interesting. If United have to go in for a goalkeeper, then probably it should be Emi Martínez. So this is how your weekend was. I mean, Chelsea, they drew with Crystal Palace 0-0. It ended Nottingham Forest 3-1. They beat Brentford by 3-1. Man United, they lost at home to Arsenal by 1-0. Aston Villa also drew on Saturday. Newcastle 0-0 ended, and Brighton won. Fulham won. Sunderland, in fact, they surprised me by beating West Ham by 3-0 at the Stadium of Light. And Tottenham Hotspurs, they also won their game against Burnley as expected at the London Stadium by 3-0. Wolves lost to Man City by 4-0. And remember on Friday, as I told you, Liverpool won their game against Bournemouth by 4-2. Before we come to the two Ghanaian players that really led the occasion, that is Kudus and also Semenyo. Quickly, we'll touch on the other fixtures. I mean, Tottenham also really did well. 3-0 Burnley.
Beautiful goal by
Charlie. Richarlison. That guy.
Kudus did a beautiful job. He's not somebody that.
They gave him 2 assists, right?
Yes. He's not somebody that I rate as a player, but I think.
I know when Chelsea was interested in him, you were like, he's that good, but you don't think that he really can command a starting there.
But with the way he plays. I think it was going to be a problem if he's to play for Chelsea because Chelsea wants to release the ball quickly in progression. But with Thomas Frank, he's actually allowed him to become what he wants to be.
Exactly.
I felt like if Kudus
that playmaker, hold on to it, make decisions for the club and all that,
and then he has been given that role. I thought he was being pampered at West Ham because he was allowed to do whatever he wants to do. However, at Tottenham, he's been given the same role. And then no wonder Richarlison said something that he thinks he's a Brazilian. The way he takes on the ball, the way he dribbles, he feels Kudus is a Brazilian. For me, he's been a wonderful signing, and I think we're going to see more explosive performance from Tottenham and Kudus as well.
Okay, so what about Semenyo? I mean, at Anfield on Friday,
Semenyo,
top job that he did.
He had a very good.
2 goals he scored.
If he had a very good agency, and he should be moving to the United and then the Liverpools and then the Arsenal. So I don't know why he's not attracting the but I think last season when the statistics came about more careers, attackers that can carry the ball to you, as the more careers, people that can take the ball to you, walk the ball to you. And no wonder Van Dijk was actually running away from him when he was attacking. So for me, I think that he is the most informed, one of the most informed
players, Ghanaian players in there.
Together with Kudus, they are doing marvelous work.
All right, so together with Kudus, they are doing marvelously well. That is coming from Bafo Amorim. You can just like and share Planet Sport here. We are about wrapping up because our time is fast spent. We couldn't really touch on the Spanish Liga, but let's quickly do the transfers before we say goodbye to you because Manchester United, they weigh up their bid for Adam Wharton. Chelsea's bid for Alessandro Bastoni rejected, and Xavi Simons are keen on Stamford Bridge switch. And we keep on hearing that story, but I don't know whether Xavi Simons will be coming to Chelsea. It remains to be seen because we're also hearing that a Christopher Nkunku move to Bayern Munich has been stalling. Bafo, do you have some bit of details for us? Nkunku, I don't know. Yesterday he wanted loan and blah blah blah. I don't know.
The other teams want to be very stingy and then use their mind on Chelsea.
But
Chelsea are not ready to loan any player.
Okay.
And then I think it's going to go down to the wire. The transfer of Xavi Simons depend on Christopher Nkunku moving to anything that he wants to. Yeah. And we already know that Jackson is moving.
Sure.
And he's been told he doesn't have any future.
Hey,
all
of a sudden,
he's moving. And I think that Xavi Simons, Chelsea are going to get these two players off, Nkunku and Jackson. And I think that with Xavi Simons, if he was there yesterday, it was a done deal for Chelsea.
What about Garnacho? Did you see it happen?
Yeah, Garnacho will happen.
Okay.
Garnacho will happen.
All right.
The coach has confirmed it that they need a player.
All right. So AC Milan are also keen to push through a 35 million euros deal for Denmark and Manchester United forward. That is Rasmus Højlund. Are you not just surprised about this young chap? But Zesco is in. They cannot maintain him because Zezzi is also around. So it looks as if the boy is finding his way out of Manchester United. But Rasmus Højlund.
Coach told the press that now they have a striker.
Yeah.
So you what
do they tell you?
All right. The striker right now, maybe you can
consider him.
He's in there for 3 months.
Manchester City and England right back, that is Rico Lewis, says that he has no intention of leaving the club despite interest from Nottingham Forest. And also Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana, 29 years of age, was left out of Manchester United's Premier League opener against Arsenal, with the club considering a shock move to bring Spanish stopper David De Gea, who is 34 years of age, back to the club from Fiorentina. However, United have also committed their transfer fund to other positions after inquiring about Aston Villa and Argentine goalkeeper Emiliano Martínez, of which Bafo has really touched on that. But Jadon Sancho's salary is the sticking point in a £20 million move for Manchester United to Roma. Now, the 25-year-old England winger is keen to see if any other clubs are stepping in the match this weekend. I mean, where his £250,000 a week has been the sticking point. Roma doesn't have that money to cover for Sancho.
Roma are not going to pay him that salary.
But Sancho has 200,000. Take it and stay at Chelsea. He said no. But here's the deal. I mean, it's becoming.
He was close. He wanted to run down his
contract with Manchester United. That is what I also think. Okay. Okay, so gentlemen, we are about to wrap it up. And Bafo, I mean, your final words on today's topics and all that. We'll see. On Friday, we'll be zooming into the weekends proper. Yeah.
And they should tune into on Friday. Friday we are going live.
Yeah.
So they should stick with us.
But how about Arsenal going for Frankie de Jong? Do you see that happening?
No.
It's not happening. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. My name is Philip Kwame Ampofo, and I did that with Bafo Amorim. But God willing, Friday I'll be coming your way with another edition of the Planet Sports. And Andy, yes. Andy is our producer, and he's been doing justice to the production work. We do appreciate that. Always make sure that you are, following us and also liking the page and all that and sharing us for us. We do appreciate. We are out. Bye-bye.